Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Orion. I got a great show for you here today between the Seattle Mariners and the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And on the thumb, on the left, one of the best center fielders in the game, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. And on the right, one of the best players on planet Earth, Shohei Ohtani. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at second base, Cole Clutch Young. Batting second, playing left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting third, playing center field, it's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, playing right field, it's the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting fifth, catching today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting sixth, playing first base, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting seventh, DHing for Seattle, Rob Refsnyder. Batting eighth, playing third base, Weston Wilson. And batting ninth, playing shortstop in the 9-hole, the phenom Colt Emerson. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 4-5 record, ERA of 3.55, it is Luis Castillo. And that actually is incorrect. 3-9, 4.85 ERA. Give me 1 sec. I got to adjust some things. That was from a previous photo. All right, 3-9 record, ERA of 4.85. It didn't sound right when I said it. And again, obviously, our worst starting pitcher is a guy that is rumored to be, potentially moved, as well as maybe Emerson Hancock. But we'll see what we get out of Luis Castillo La Piedra here tonight. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the home Los Angeles Dodgers. Leading off for the Dodgers at DH, one of the best players on planet Earth, Shohei Ohtani. Batting second, playing center field, Andy Pages. Batting third, playing first base, Freddie Freeman. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, third baseman, Max Muncy. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, Mookie Betts. Batting sixth, playing second base, Tommy Edman. Batting seventh, playing right field, Kyle Tucker. Batting eighth, playing left field, Teoscar Hernandez. And batting ninth, catching today for the Dodgers, Dalton Rushing. And on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers with an 11-2 record, ERA of 2.62, one of the best pitchers in the game today, Justin Robleski. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, bang. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. So now with Rob Refsnyder joining the team, that means someone ended up having to leave the team. And we know how bad Rob has been for us this year, so I don't think any Mariner fan, including myself, is that excited about the move. So they decided to send Buddy Kennedy back to AAA. But on the bright side, Brendan Donovan played a game for the Tacoma Rainiers, went 2 for 4 and hit a solo dinger. He can't join the team soon enough, and we have to assume it should be hopefully very, very soon. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 50th year anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. He's retiring after this season, so we dedicate every stream to the one and the only Rick Riz. We love you. And obviously only winning 1 game out of 4 against the Rangers. We know how tough this series is going to be. This is the best team in baseball. They've won back-to-back World Series. They have a very, very good chance of going back-to-back-to-back. So we just have to try to do our best to win 2 out of 3. And at the very least, win 1 game. We do not want to get swept. But that would be the goal. There's no way that you're going to be sweeping a team like the Dodgers. So you got to be, kind of thinking, overachieving, winning 2 out of 3. But for that to happen, everything would have to go right for us and everything would have to go wrong for them. Not likely. But if we can win, 2 out of 3, that would be great. But at the bare minimum, we got to try to win at least 1. Daniel in the building. What's good? Hawks in the building. Blue Jay in the building. Houston in the building. Rebecca in the building. Matt in the building. Let's go. First pitch to Cole Young from Robleski. Big swing and a miss on a 4-seam fastball. 0-1 count. Top of the first inning, 0-0 Mariners and Dodgers. Cole Young in the box and Justin Robleski, one of the best lefties in the game in 2026. 11-2 record, 2.62 ERA. 0-1 pitch hits Cole Young in the shoulder. Okay. As long as Cole's not hurt, he's obviously wincing in a little bit of pain there. But again, we'll take any time that we can end up getting a freebie. Looks like it got him on the elbow, forearm kind of area. And I hope Cole Young is okay. We can't afford another injury. And again, we haven't really had any injuries with Cole Young or Colt Emerson. And the training staff is looking at him. And I hope he's okay. Can't have my favorite player go down in the first at bat. Cole Young is a tough player, though, so hopefully he'll be able to tough it out. Next up in the 2-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. On deck is Julio Rodriguez. And honestly, we're going to need, plays like that, to happen. We don't want our guys to get hurt, but we're going to need walks. We're going to need guys to get hit and not hurt. We're going to need to steal bags. We're going to need to bunt. We're going to need to do all the things that we haven't really been doing, not only in the Rangers series, but overall this season. Cole Young shakes it off and is at first. First pitch into Randy Arozarena is a strike looking with a slider there by Robleski. 85 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, missing by Robleski. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. 1-1 pitch, high and outside, 4-seam fastball, missing there by Robleski. Good take by Randy. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first, Cole Young, who got hit on the forearm moments ago on pitch number 2 by Robleski as Cole Young was leading off the game. Paisley's doing good. She's in the other room just taking it easy, and I assume she'll pop her head in here at some point during the broadcast. 2-1 pitch, another pitch there. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike from Robleski to Arozarena. 3-1 pitch. Takes a strike. Randy starting to make his way towards first base. Pitch number 4, low and at the knees. Pitch number 5, low and away, but on the line. 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Robleski to Arozarena. Take the walk if it's there. 3-2 pitch. And a little blooper into right and caught. And that is 1 away. Kyle Tucker out there in right field. And you can definitely tell this Dodger team is a dream team. 1 through 9, no weaknesses whatsoever. Great pitching, great bench. Just a ridiculous team that spends a lot of money. And obviously, they end up getting the results that you want. Next up in the 3-hole, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. First pitch is outside with a 4-seam fastball. 1-0 count. Dominic Canzone on deck. And one thing is for sure, we're not going to be playing down to the competition when you're playing the best team in baseball. We're going to try to bring our, best foot forward, even though it's going to be very tough. And it's not easy to play against the Dodgers at home, let alone when you're in their house, at Dodger Stadium. A very tough place to play, but I know our guys hopefully will be up for the challenge. Pitch fouled off and out of play there by Julio. Four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour there by Robleski. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first. Cole Young with 1 out. Top of the first inning, 0-0, Mariners and Dodgers. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Slider missing there by Robleski. 2 balls and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. And after this 3-game set in LA, we come back home at T-Mobile and we play the Twins. And again, we just got to try to do our very best to stay afloat in this division. 2-1 pitch, hard hit ball into left, fading out of play. Trade deadline is less than a week away. So again, it is anticipated the Mariners are going to make a move or two. Hopefully, some bullpen help. We could use a right-handed bat. And obviously there's rumors that Michael Arroyo may end up getting called up from AAA. 2-2 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, and out of play towards the foul pole line, but about 10 feet off. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Robleski. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, Cole Young, who got hit on the forearm on pitch number 2, leading off for the Mariners. And luckily, he did not get hurt. Jonah in the building. What's good? 2-2 pitch. Julio with a hard hit ball. Double play. Throw to first. And got him. And just like that, like clockwork, the Dodgers getting a big double play there on Julio Rodriguez. And that is out number 3. I mean, we're going to be shooting for 2 games out of 3, but realistically, we're probably only going to win 1 out of 3. But there is a chance that, let's be honest, the way that we've played recently, we could get swept, just being real, but I hope that doesn't happen. I'm really hoping that somehow, some way, by a miracle, we can win 2 out of 3, but at the very least, we can at least win 1. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, let's see who's leading off here for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Dodgers, one of the best players on planet Earth, DHing Shohei Ohtani. Batting second, playing center field, having a real breakout year, Andy Pages. And batting third, arguably the best first baseman in the game, Freddie Freeman. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. 16 subs away from 24,500, so we're getting real close to hitting that number. And just a 516 away from 25,000, which is very exciting. We're waiting for our first dono on our dono train, and let's see where we're at on the likes here early on as we're transitioning into the bottom of the first inning. Okay, looks like we're at 30 likes. Good start. 70 to go. Shout out to our female audience, all of our new subs, all of our regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. Yeah, Donnie ended up playing for the Tacoma Rainiers earlier this afternoon. Went 2 for 4 and hit a solo dinger. So I can't wait for him to come back and join the team. We need him as our leadoff hitter, and especially if he's able to lock in and get some singles, doubles, and home runs, that could really give us a lift. I'm not really too excited about Rob Refsnyder rejoining the team. That should be an individual that is deactivated or just kept in AAA, especially based on how he's played this year. But considering they paid him $7 million, I assume that has something to do with him not being cut at the moment. First pitch from Luis Castillo to Shohei Ohtani is a ball, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, changeup, out of play, right down the middle, and fouled out of play there by Ohtani. Change up 87 miles an hour there by La Piedra. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 Mariners and Dodgers. Libra in the building. What's good? 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss there by Ohtani. 4-seam fastball right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Castillo on the mound. Ohtani in the box. But again, it's a guy that we didn't draft. Anytime you end up trying to pick up a player in the off season, usually the money is quite a bit higher than it should be. And again, it's one of those mistakes the front office made, but they'll never admit that they made it. Pitches low and at the knees. Slider missing there by Castillo. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shohei Ohtani. 2-2 pitch, hard hit ball, deep center field, back, gone! And a solo dinger off Luis Castillo. Shohei Ohtani, home run number 23, I believe, on the season, and it is 1-0 Dodgers. And you just got to make sure we try to limit the damage. But again, when you got a guy that's 3-9 with an ERA of 4.85, you know that he's going to give up home runs and RBIs. Ohtani, being the best player on planet Earth, besides a guy named Aaron Judge when he's healthy. I would like to say that I'm surprised, but I'm really not. Next up in the 2-hole, center fielder Andy Pages. Ohtani's going to get his. We just got to limit the damage to everyone else. First pitch is low and away with a sinker, 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. And there is a chance that we end up moving Castillo and maybe even Emerson Hancock. But, I would like to get Mason Miller or Seiya Suzuki to join the Mariners, but I'm not sure if that's realistic or not. But, it would be great to be able to add some pitching, or even Morihon would be nice as well. Hard hit ball, shallow left field. Randy is there, and that is 1 away. But there's a few guys, that we could be adding on, and we'll see. We definitely need a right-handed bat. We need a left-handed bat, another one as well. But again, Brendan Donovan joining the team, hopefully shortly will help. And, we'll just kind of see where the chips fall. But we definitely need to be buyers, not sellers, before the deadline. Next up, one of the best first basemen in the game, Freddie Freeman. First pitch to Freeman, a laser towards first and out of play. 0-1 count. John in the building. What's good? 0-1 pitch, another line drive towards first and foul. But honestly, the way that our starting pitching is playing, it didn't really matter if it was Castillo on the mound today or Wu or Kirby, even Miller and Gilbert. Any of our guys, could potentially give up a home run to Ohtani in the first inning. I mean, he's that good. So, and I think everyone knows that. And obviously we know that our starting pitching has been struggling on the road, especially at, road appearances like Brian Wu especially. But again, Wu and Kirby have been worse than expected. Hancock better than expected. And then obviously we know that Gilbert and Miller are at the top. But even Miller has kind of came back to earth lately. And a line drive there into shallow right field. Dominic Canzone scoops it up, and a single for Freddie Freeman. A bona fide all-star team is what you have here with the Dodgers. And if they end up going back to back to back, no one's going to be surprised. Next up in the 4-hole, third baseman Max Muncy. On deck in the 5-hole, shortstop Mookie Betts. And even with Mookie Betts and Kyle Tucker having kind of down years, it still doesn't even matter. 67 and 39, they have so much talent that they can even have really good players have down years, and it doesn't affect them one bit. First pitch into Muncy, fouled off right down the middle. Slider, 87 miles an hour, 0-1 count. But I'll be very happy when the day comes where Garver's not on the team, Castillo's not on the team, Ref Snyder's not on the team, but, we're more than likely going to have to wait till next year for some of those. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, shallow right, Dom is there, and that is 2 away. Freddie Freeman looking to tag up, but not in time, and that is 2 away. A lot of home run hitters on this Dodger team. And even the guys that you don't think that could really, hit a homer, those are the guys that you can't take for granted, like guys like Betts and Edman, and obviously Rushing in the 9-hole. But everyone else, obviously, has got it. And even, guys that you don't expect to hit them all the time, they have the talent. We know Mookie Betts has been one of the best players in baseball for many, many years. Mookie Betts in the box. On deck is Tommy Edman. Sean with the 20, not JT in the building. What's good? First pitch is high and inside with a four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the love for me and Paisley. Appreciate you very, very much. Boop, Squish B, Ricky, everyone in the pup family, from one dog father to another, I salute you. 3 dogs and a cat. Sean is doing amazing work. Appreciate you. Flying Monkey in the building. What's good? Pitch fouled off there by Mookie Betts. 1 ball and 1 strike from Castillo to Betts. 1-1 pitch. And a hard hit ball. Deep right field. Back to the wall. And thankfully caught. Man, every single individual for the Dodgers hitting it either out of the park like Ohtani, or getting really, really close and hitting it at the wall. But again, this is our worst pitcher, Luis Castillo, on the mound. And, again, I don't really think I want Hancock to be moved. But again, if we're going to improve the team, we may need to, move Castillo and Hancock. But again, if we can end up getting guys like Mason Miller or, Maury and Seiya Suzuki, guys like that. I mean, as long as we're going to get a decent return, and not just get absolutely bamboozled, on the value with the trade, but we'll see. We got to bust out the Mariner Moose early because we know it's going to potentially be a long series, just like it was for the Rangers. But again, we will come back home on Friday against the Twins. So 4 straight games around 7 o'clock Pacific if you are here on the West Coast. All right, end of the first inning, 1-0 Dodgers after an Ohtani solo dinger. Next up in the 4-hole, right fielder, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting second in the 5-hole, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. We definitely need that bat to heat up. And batting third in the 6-hole, first baseman, Josh Naylor. Tridents up, let's go M's. We're at 20 on the Dono train because of Sean's generosity. Always doing big work, and I appreciate you. 80 to go. 16 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 24,484. And let's see where we're at on the likes here early as we go to the top of the second inning. All right, we're at 43. Good start. 57 to go. Yeah, Casey Schmidt, third baseman for the Giants, has been linked to the Mariners as well. Just in case, Donnie and JP have issues, that could be another individual that potentially could be joining the Mariners. But I know Mason Miller, Morihone, and Seiya Suzuki are the big names. Little line drive there. Throw to first. Toe tap on the bag there by Freddie Freeman, and that is 1 away. Down goes Dom. We need our batters to be patient. We know how good Robleski is, for a lefty. 11-2 record, ERA of 2.62. I'm hoping one day that could be Cade Anderson, as a lefty on our team, but we're going to have to be patient. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And Cal Raleigh, hard hit ball, deep left field, back, gone! Cal Raleigh getting hot when we need him to and doing exactly what Shohei Ohtani did, bringing the electricity, and that's exactly what we needed. 1-1. We're tied up, baby. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. And I told you, Cal's been batting better from the right side than the left. And I know, obviously, we have Ref Snyder in the lineup, and that is not ideal. But again, Cal batting from the right side, hey, we'll take it. Let's go, baby. Tridents up. I was really hoping, that Cal would be able to come alive, but again, this season is very unpredictable. I mean, really, the only predictable thing is we know that things are going to go sideways, and they have quite a bit this season. First pitch to Josh Naylor, low and away with a slider, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. High and inside, sinker, 94 miles an hour, 2 balls and no strikes from Robleski to Naylor. Nice job, Cal. 2-1 pitch. Little dribbler that goes foul. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Pitch fouled off and out of play. And we haven't been able to really use this photo very often because there just hasn't been a lot of home runs this season, but I'm happy that he got that big home run to tie this game up. 3-2 pitch, little dribbler towards first base, towards Freddie Freeman for Naylor, toe tap on the bag, and that is 2 away. Down goes Naylor. And next up, the biggest mistake the Mariners have made in quite some time in the 7-hole, DHing Rob Refsnyder. And again, I don't wish injuries on anybody, but again, I just wish that he wouldn't play for us. But you never know. Maybe this is the time that he'll actually get something positive for the team. But more times than not, it ends up being strikeouts looking, strikeouts swinging, or popping up or grounding out. But hopefully we end up sending him back to AAA once Donovan is ready. 0-1 pitch, low and away. And then if we end up getting, another right-handed bat at the deadline, maybe that would be another reason to keep him, in AAA. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs, top of the second inning. 1-1 Mariners and Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani with a solo dinger in the top of the first, and then obviously in the bottom of the first, and in the top of the second, Cal Raleigh moments ago with a solo dinger of his own. 1-2 pitch, high and inside. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Refsnyder. It was kind of nice not having Refsnyder in the lineups while he was hurt. 2-2 pitch, low and at the knees. And the best case scenario for Refsnyder, getting 1 hit and then maybe getting walked or hit by a pitch and not hurt. But if he can get on base twice, that's a successful day for him. 3-2 pitch, hard hit ball flying out of play. Flying Monkey with a 20. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts. We've missed you. It's been a minute. We're at 40 on the Dono train, 60 to go. Always good when we can get our mods to come through, show love, and get the Dono train going. 3-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Refsnyder, and that is out number 3. And it kind of reminds you, of the Dylan Moore situation from last season where they hung on to a guy way too long, and it just didn't make any sense. It's like you could have brought up Leo Rivas months before, and we could have probably squeezed out another 5 or 10 more wins. And, anytime that you end up, making a mistake, overpaying for someone, and then they end up still being on the team, that's usually why. They don't want to, look like fools. And, hey, we spent $7 million on a guy that we thought that could hit against lefties and unfortunately can't. And, but again, sometimes you just got to, take that L and say, hey, we messed up, and obviously you want the team to win. You don't want the team to suffer. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second inning and see who's up next here for the Dodgers. Great job by Cal Raleigh. Again, he's been seeing the ball better from the right side than the left side lately. Next up for the Dodgers in the 6-hole, second baseman Tommy Edman. Batting second in the 7-hole, right fielder Kyle Tucker. And batting third, the former Blue Jay and Mariner, now Dodger left fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 16 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 40 on the Dono train, and we gained another sub during the commercial break. Thank you so much. We're definitely staying very steady with the sub count as of late. 15 now to go to 24,500. We're at 40 on the Dono train because of Flying Monkey and Sean. Appreciate the two of you very much, more than you know. Paisley says hello, and thank you very much as well. A little woof woof here. And let's take a quick look to see where we're at here on the likes. Great to have the cone off of Paisley. She's doing much better. And it looks like we're at 55 likes. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal. 45 more to go to hit our first goal I got a Cash App as well as a Venmo. And Buddy Kennedy is the one that got sent down to AAA for Ref Snyder. 0-1 pitch, high and inside. And a 1-1 pitch, line drive to Josh Naylor, and that is one away. And he's been kind of getting lucky on those as well. If you look at the bottom of the ticker, it will show the Cash App information there as well as the Venmo. Not JT. I mean, obviously they need to pay Vita. You know, he definitely is deserving of the money, and I was hoping that they would get the Baker Mayfield situation, done before, training camp and whatnot. But I'm hoping both guys will be on the team, long term, because those are key cornerstone pieces for the Bucs. And I don't want to see Vita Vea leave, and I definitely don't want to see Baker Mayfield leave. I mean, that's the best quarterback we've had since Brady. And then even before Brady, Baker has been a proven guy, and I like his personality. If you ended up watching Quarterback, it ended up showing a lot of behind the scenes, and he's a dog. He was injured all last season, and again, there's just certain guys are good fits to certain teams, and Baker and Vita are it for sure. 1-1 pitch to Tucker, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Castillo, missing. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 Mariners and Dodgers. Solo dinger there in the bottom of the first by Ohtani. Solo dinger in the top of the second by big dumper Cal Raleigh. And we have a 1-1 game, which is great, considering we got our worst pitcher on the mound. And, this might be the last game that we see Castillo in a Mariner uniform. And honestly, that wouldn't hurt my feelings one bit. The real question is will Emerson Hancock still be on the team in a week or so, and if he's not, hopefully we get a good haul in return, because, he is one of our better pitchers this season. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Tucker. Yeah, for sure. He was immature, like a lot of guys are out of college. And obviously when you go to the Browns, you're always destined to fail when you go to a team like that. And a little blooper there into right field, landing to Dominic Canzone. But obviously after that, going to Carolina, getting a chance to play with Sean McVay for a couple weeks with the Rams, showing that, he still has some game and can be coachable. And obviously, getting married and having kids, matured him. And I've really enjoyed Baker as the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Bucs. So. Mike in the building, what's good? Blue Jay, I see you. Next up is Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch is high and away, 0-1 count. And then if you need the Cash App, it's $ORION and then NWSF. And then you can see the Venmo information down below on the ticker as well. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes from Castillo to Hernandez. And then obviously with the Cash App and the Venmo, I get like 99% of that. Through the Super Chat through YouTube, I get about 65%. So obviously anything that can be given on any, platform, is, greatly appreciated. But there definitely is a little bit of a difference. Double play, throw to first, got him. Beautiful double play there by the M's. Nice job there bailing out Luis Castillo. And I just love being able to see, our young guns, whether it's, Cole Young, and Colt Emerson, obviously being side by side, they're going to be making a lot of those plays. But great job there by the Mariner defense getting a double play, which we didn't really get a whole lot of those against the Rangers. So it's nice to be able to see a few, hopefully, in this particular series against the number 1 team in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers, back-to-back champions. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, who's been probably the most productive role player that we actually have gotten to see in limited at-bats and defense, third baseman Weston Wilson. I think every Mariner fan can agree, hell of a lot better than Ref Snyder, hell of a lot better than Connor Joe or Mitch Garver, and really the only guy that we can compare him to that was good, right, was Johnny Pareda, who should have never went down to AAA. Pareda could definitely help us win games, whether he's DHing and just using the bat or being the backup catcher over Garver, but obviously the Mariner organization is not the brightest. And it looks like J.P. Crawford, let me take a quick look here. So J.P. Crawford has replaced Colt Emerson, and they must have done that just moments ago. So J.P. Crawford getting a chance to get some action here. See if we get Colt a little bit later. And then batting third will be J.P. Crawford there in the 9 hole. First pitch to Weston Wilson. Takes a strike looking. High and away. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. High and away. No balls and 2 strikes to Weston Wilson. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 0-2 pitch, low and away, slider 85 miles an hour, 1 ball and 2 strikes from Robleski to Wilson. And flying bat going out of Wilson's hands, and that ends up being strike 3. Looks like Colt is day to day, so nothing too crazy. So we may not see him later in the game. 0-1 pitch to JP. Pitch is high and inside. One ball and 1 strike from Robleski to Crawford. And Colt Emerson did very, very well, going like 5 for 11 against the Rangers. So he actually kind of had his breakout party hit-wise. He was seeing the baseball the best that he has seen it since the early home run stretch that he had when he was really hot, towards the beginning of the year, and then really cooled off. Kind of, disappointed that he's not playing here, but again, hopefully we'll see him tomorrow. And we get a challenge there on the 1-1 pitch. And that sinker, 93 miles an hour, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Justin Robleski to J.P. Crawford. Two 2-1 pitch after rushing, loses the challenge, fouled off and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. Two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes JP, and that is 2 away. Yeah, 116 wins, not 119, but I know what you mean. That was one of the best teams ever constructed. But again, there's going to be certain teams that are definitely going to be thorns in our side, and they have been for many years, like the Yankees. And again, hopefully we'll be able to get some payback on them. Young with a bunt attempt towards third and safe. Look at that. And why I say it all day, every day, if you bunt, nobody practices bunting defense, including the Dodgers. And if you drop it down correctly, you can get a single or a double, depending on if they get a hold on it. Or, once they do, is the throw high? Is the throw low? And then does the first baseman even catch it or not? And right here, Muncy tries to barehand it and misses. And just like that, Cole Young getting hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, and then bunting here early in the third inning. I don't know. I'm kind of choked up for words. I love seeing bunts being dropped down, especially from my favorite player, Cole Young. Great job. Great execution. And now we got Cole Young at first with 2 outs. First pitch is low and at the knees to Randy Arozarena, who's hit back-to-back homers in back-to-back games for the Seattle Mariners against the Texas Rangers. Love small ball. I love double plays. I love triple plays, squeezes, trying to be able to, get that runner from third to home, bunting, just all the little intricacies of the game that we don't get to see a lot, but when they do happen, very exciting. And small ball is king. 1-1 pitch. Randy pops it up. Shallow right field. Tucker is there, and that is out number 3. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And at least the Mariners are keeping pace, and Castillo usually, even though he's our worst pitcher, he typically has 1 bad inning, and then he's usually pretty good the rest of the way. We just got to hope that he doesn't have the bad inning, that he gives up 3, 4, 5 runs. And if he does have the bad inning, hopefully it's only like 2 runs maximum. And then if that happens, we'll still have a chance as long as our bullpen doesn't shit the bed. But again, nobody in the bullpen has been reliable besides our closer, Andres Munoz, as of late. So who knows? But we got to be, hopeful and optimistic, right? We got to be as positive as possible. And if we're able to be positive, hell, we might be able to win 2 out of 3 games against the best team in baseball. All right, next up in the 9-hole, catcher Dalton Rushing. Back at the top of the order, the best DH in the league, besides James Wood, Shohei Ohtani, 1 for 1 with a solo dinger, and batting third, 0 for 1. In the 2-hole, center fielder having a breakout year, Andy Pages. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. $15 subs away from 24,500. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Shout out to all of our new subs, all of our regulars, our female audience, everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. And we're at 40 on the Dono train because of Flying Monkey and Sean. MVPs in my book all the day, every day. And let's take a look at the likes. Looks like we're off to a good start. 61, 39 more to go. '50th year anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for the legend and icon, Rick Riz. We dedicate every stream to this icon, the one, the only, Rick Riz. We love you. And first pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, and Rushing trying to make it 2. And that's going to be a stand-up double there for Dalton Rushing. And again, they have really no weaknesses, 1 through 9. I mean, Ohtani, Pages, Freeman, Muncy, Betts, Edman, Tucker, Hernandez, Rushing. And on top of that, they got guys, that aren't even playing every day, like Kike Hernandez. It's an insane team, to say the least. Next up, leadoff hitter who already has a dinger, DHing Shohei Ohtani. First pitch to Ohtani is high and away, four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Got to be careful here. We don't want to give up the big one. We've already done it once. 1-0 pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour, 2 balls and no strikes from Castillo to Ohtani. And you got to think if Castillo pitches well today, we might be able to get a little bit more out of him. And he has actually pitched a little bit better than he did at the beginning of the year. He's actually been, still our worst, out of our 6, and that ends up being ball 4, intentionally walked, and Ohtani to first. We need a double play here. Strikeout and a double play, or a double play and a strikeout. Slow dribbler up the middle by Pages. Let's make it happen. You got Young at second and JP at short, filling in for Colt Emerson, who's day-to-day. First pitch right down the middle. for a strike, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, low and away. Slider missing there by Castillo, 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners at first and second with no outs. Rushing at second with the double. Ohtani with the intentional walk moments ago. And we got no outs, so we got to find a way to get an out or two here. 1-1 pitch. Little dribbler towards first and rolls foul. Yeah, Blue Jay, you're not the only one that misses Teoscar Hernandez. You know, obviously Blue Jay fans miss him, and then it's, you know, kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth seeing how good he's been, you know, obviously since leaving, not only for the Mariners, but then also, you know, for the Dodgers and, you know, winning a home run derby and winning World Series. And, you know, just one of those things, you know, it's like sometimes you wish you can keep certain guys, you know, forever, but at least on the bright side, at least Vladdy ended up re-signing and not leaving. So at least you got that. I mean, losing Bo Bichette is one thing, but losing Bo and Vladdy, that could have been, you know, pretty detrimental. So, pitch fouled off there by Pajaz, right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and no outs. Come on, Castillo. 1-2 pitch, high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and no outs. Brendan Donovan in AAA for the Tacoma Rainiers went 2 for 4 today. Hit a solo dinger. We need him as our leadoff hitter ASAP. Can't wait for him to join the team, hopefully in a couple days. 2-2 pitch. And a little blooper into center field. And now we got runners at first, second, and third. Bases are loaded. We don't want to have that meltdown inning happen right here in the third. But again, bases loaded, no outs. They're going to score at least 1 or 2 here, but we want to make sure they don't score 4 or 5 and let the game get away. Next up, one of the best first basemen in the game, Freddie Freeman. On deck is Max Muncy. Both guys have home run power. Got to be very careful here. Otherwise, the game could turn into 4-1, 5-1, 6-1 in a heartbeat. First pitch fouled off and out of play, 0-1 count. Little dribbler up the middle. Double play. Got him. There we go. Run scores at third, but that's okay. Rushing ends up scoring, but getting the double play is big. And now 2-1 Dodgers, but, you know, bases loaded with no outs. I mean, there's only a few teams that wouldn't get a run like us in that situation, but with the Dodgers, you know, they execute. They got a great manager, they got great players, and they're going to be affected probably the most, you know, when we end up having the strike next season, you know, because obviously they spend the most money and they're the most stacked team, and obviously they want things to stay the same. And, you know, the teams in the middle, you know, of the pack are going to, you know, probably benefit the most. And hopefully we don't have a strike for the whole year. You know, hopefully it ends up being just for like a month or 2 and we can still play 100 games. Because, you know, I would not be happy not being able to call baseball for a whole year. That would not be ideal. 0-1 pitch to Muncy. High and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at third and 2 outs. 2-1 Dodgers. One pitch, high and inside again to Mad Max Muncy. Sinker, 96 miles an hour. Two balls and 1 strike from Castillo to Muncy. Ohtani, the runner at third. 2-1 pitch, a little dribbler towards first. Nice job by Josh Naylor. Nice hustle. Toe tap on the bag, and that is out number 3. Let's go. Let's see if we can tie this game up and keep pace with the back-to-back champion, Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, Mariner Moose, help us out. All right, end of the 3rd inning in a fun game to not only watch but call. 2-1 LA. All right, time for the Mariners to see if we can end up tying up this game or taking the lead. Next up for the Mariners, 0-for-1 center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Singles, doubles, home runs, yes please. Batting second, 0-for-1, the Italian Stallion right fielder Dominic Canzone. A Dom bomb would be great. And batting third, 1-for-1 with a home run already. Let's see if he can do another home run. You know, he doesn't have too many multi-homer games. Obviously, in 2026, it's been a down year. But if he can get hot in the second half of the season, that could really help us out. Trident's up. Let's go Big Dumper. Let's go M's. 15 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 40 on the Dono train. Shout out to Sean and Flying Monkey. 60 to go. See if we can get a few other people to help out in that category for me and Paisley. And let's see where we're at on the likes with 141 in the room on this Tuesday evening. We're at 66. 34 more to get to 100. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. And it looks like I didn't get the notification, but we got JT with a tenner. Thank you so much for the dream. I appreciate you. And we got Flying Monk with another 20. Thank you so much. Go M's. O2 count to Julio Rodriguez. First pitch fouled off. Low and out the knees. Second pitch, big swing and a miss there for Julio Rodriguez. 0-2 pitch from Robleski. Hard hit ball. Deep left field. Back. Gone! Julio Rodriguez tying the game up, baby. Let's go. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez bringing their best foot forward, and just like that, we have a 2-2 tie, baby. I mean, just when you think the magic and the Soto mojo is going to stop, Cal Raleigh homers, and now Julio Rodriguez on an 0-2 count. Yes, please. Trident's up. Let's go. Shout out to JT. Let's go, Blue Jay. JT with a tenner, and obviously that's some good mojo there. Hard to hit ball by Dom towards first, and that is one away. Shout out to JT for the dream. Shout out to Flying Monk with a 20 as well. That's some good mojo. Appreciate the two of you. We're at 70 on the Dono train now. And Rebecca loves it. Let's go. Trident's up. All day loves it. Let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. Odyssey looks fantastic. Especially if you can see it with the moving chairs and the smoke. I've seen a lot of videos, on that particular option. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks amazing. Definitely want to go see Mandalorian and Grogu, and obviously the Odyssey looks insane. First pitch fouled off there by Cal Raleigh. 0-1 count. And when's the last time we've seen Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez homer in the same game? It's been a long time, but again, we're not playing down to the competition. We're playing up. And when we play up to the competition, sometimes that's what happens. Now, Colt is day-to-day, nothing serious. Should be in the lineup maybe tomorrow. And then Brandon Donovan hopefully joining the team soon as well. Went 2 for 4 today with a solo dinger with the Tacoma Rainiers. 0-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Can't get the second home run from Cal at this at-bat, and that is 2 away. Let's go, baby. And again, we're the most home run dependent team in baseball. And when we hit one home run, even just one, the chance of us winning the game goes up like 90+%. And now we have 2. So we're definitely wheeling and dealing and matching the energy that the Dodgers are bringing with our 2 superstar studs. Next up is Josh Naylor. April 11th, it's been since they've homered in the same game. 0-1 pitch to Naylor, and fouls that right in front of the catcher, rushing. No balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Naylor. Great seeing this energy out of the Mariners. After getting blasted by the Rangers, this is exactly, what we needed to show that we can compete. 0-2 pitch, popped up, little blooper in the shallow center, and it drops. And hitting is contagious, just like home runs are contagious, right? When things are going bad and going sideways, they continue to go bad, like against the Rangers. But so far today, even though, Castillo gave up the home run to, Ohtani, and then they had the bases loaded, we're matching the energy, and if not, exceeding, the expectations, at least early on here. And now next up in the 7th hole, the biggest mistake for the Mariners this season, Rob Refsnyder. Let's see if Rob can do anything to keep this inning alive. A single, a walk. I mean, hell, even getting hit by a pitch. I mean, just something to keep the inning going. Velasco in the building. What's good? And if anyone ends up donating on Venmo or Cash App and you don't see me respond to it immediately, you can always message in the chat to let me know. Sometimes I'll get a notification on my phone while I'm streaming, and sometimes I won't. And then I just have to open up that particular app while I'm calling the game. So, it's never due to ignoring. It's sometimes I just don't know until I end up opening it up at the end of the stream or if I have a break in between. So 1-0 pitch, high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes from Robleski to Refsnyder. Yeah, day to day, and he ended up going 5 for 11. Obviously in his first 11 at bats against the Rangers, started to get hot, and I don't think it's anything serious. So takes a strike, looking there with a slider, 86 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Robleski to Refsnyder. Yeah, definitely enjoying the heat wave dying down too. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Refsnyder. And then Buddy Matthews ended up getting sent down. And then hopefully when Donnie is ready to go, they'll send Refsnyder down. 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball. Fading into right field, out of play. And I was actually looking at the deadline for Vargas, Brash, and Cooper Criswell. Believe it or not, they're going to be coming back soon, within like a week or 2. Some of them could be back within, 6-7 days. So, obviously we're getting to the end of July and, getting towards August already. So, once we, get past the trade deadline in about a week, once we get Donnie back and we get our 3 studs in the bullpen back, and then we end up making some moves, our team might look, quite a bit different, and we could end up making a nice run, and that's exactly what we need, to be hot and healthy, for these last 40, 50 games. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Refsnyder. I thought that it was going to be a little bit later for some of those guys, but Brash, Criswell, and Vargas are all due to come back within a week or 2. So that's exciting. And then Brandon Donovan as well. Hard hit ball, deep left field, back. Gone! Rob Refsnyder, home run. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Oh my, Rob Refsnyder, are you kidding me? I guess the photo worked. And just like that, Rob Refsnyder with a 2-run jack, 4-2 Mariners. I guess miracles can happen. Wow. And if anyone needed a home run, it's definitely him. We know it's a $7 million mistake, but and he wasn't doing very good in AAA. And I don't know how the hell he did that, but Robleski right down the middle, leaving it hanging. And Rob Refsnyder says, you know what? Trident's up. 4-2 M's. Unbelievable. Next up is Weston Wilson. I guess miracles do come true. Rob Refsnyder, the motherfucking GOAT, huh? Hey, I guess if you're going to suck, and be like a Dylan Moore clone, again, at some point it's nice when you can do something positive. And a little check swing, little dribbler towards first, toe tap on the bag, and Weston Wilson is out, but not before we get a 2-run bomb from Rob Refsnyder. Unbelievable. And again, it shows you when we get hot, we get hot. And when's the last time we had 3 home runs within the first 4 innings? I honestly can't remember. Cal Raleigh with a homer in the second, right? Julio Rodriguez with a homer in the fourth. And just when we think, oh, we're done, for this inning hitting home runs, then Rob Refsnyder, I guess maybe the sports gods, they channeled in this photo that I ended up presenting and said, you know what? We know he sucks. We know he's been bad. We know he can't hit, but we're going to try to give you a little bit of that Soto mojo after that really tough Ranger series. Trade deadline is in a week, and Rob Refsnyder finally doing something productive. Great job, Rob. And how many times have we said that this season? Maybe only 3 or 4 times all year. Great job, Rob Refsnyder. Amazing. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and see who's up next here for the Dodgers. And again, I mean, hell, if we play like this, we actually might be able to win 2 games out of 3. And that's exactly what we need as we get back home to the Twins on Friday. Next up, 0 for 1 in the 5-hole, shortstop Mookie Betts. Batting 6th, 0-1 count. No. 0 for 1, second baseman Tommy Edman. And batting 3rd in the 7-hole, 1 for 1, right fielder Kyle Tucker. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. And that's why it's always good to be positive and to stay optimistic, knowing that we could get swept, knowing that we might only win 1 game, and then just try to be as positive as possible. And then the sports gods reward us. 15 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 70 on the Dono train, 30 to go. And let's see where we're at on the likes. And we're at 77. 23 to go. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Little dribbler up the middle. And JP and company can't get it to in time, and Mookie Betts with a single up the middle. Next up is Tommy Edman. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch in there for a strike from Castillo to Edman. And it's just kind of ironic, that Castillo is the one on the mound, and then we're doing all this with him on the mound, literally our worst pitcher, out of 6. And the offense decided to come up and, step up today. And, if there was ever a team and ever, a moment that, you needed guys to step up, it's definitely the Seattle Mariners here tonight. Things have definitely not gone our way this season. 1-1 pitch. And a hard hit ball into deep center field. And it gets back to the wall. He's getting waved home. Throw. And that is safe. And Mookie Betts with some great speed. And just like that, they run the bags as good as anybody in baseball. 4-3 Mariners. And again, if you're the Dodgers, you're never afraid, when you get down, especially with the team that they have. Next up is Kyle Tucker. First pitch is high and away to Tucker there from Castillo. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, fouled off and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. 1-1 strike with a runner at second with no outs. Bottom of the fourth, in a real entertaining game here. 4-3, Mariners with a one-run lead, believe it or not. But unfortunately, it feels like every ball that's being hit by the Dodgers is, if it's not a home run, it's almost a home run. Singles are turning into doubles pretty quick here. One ball and two strikes with a runner at second with no outs. Bottom of the fourth, 4-3 Seattle. Trident's up. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Castillo to Tucker. Yeah, but again, he might end up winning one, but his numbers, he's not having a good season. Him and Mookie are having down years and whatnot. So, I don't know if that's necessarily sports karma, and whatnot. But even if, Mookie and Tucker have off years, that doesn't mean that they're not going to go back to back to back. But yeah, I mean, we know when certain individuals are ring chasing, like LeBron going to the Sixers, that was the best spot for him. They got a good backcourt. They got Jaylen Brown in the offseason. They already have Embiid. That was the most natural choice to go to if you're trying to win a ring. Not going to Golden State and playing with Steph, not going to play with Bam and Giannis in Miami. You need good guard play, especially if you're an older vet like LeBron. So, again, and a lot of times, that's what these guys want. They're going to chase those rings. Like Kevin Durant and a lot of the other guys. I mean, it's not back when I was watching in the 80s and 90s where you had a little bit more loyalty, to stick with a team or maybe only play for one or two teams in a career, but it's much different now. Loyalty doesn't really necessarily exist in sports that much anymore, but also, sports, it's a business, and sometimes it's out of your control. Sometimes you end up getting moved or they lowball you and your worth and you got to make sure that you get paid. What you're worth. And, I understand. 3-2 pitch. And that is high and away. And Kyle Tucker with a walk. Next up in the 8-hole, left fielder, Blue Jays favorite, Teoscar Hernandez. On deck is Dalton Rushing. And Cal Raleigh with a mound visit. Trying to get on the same page here with the team. And if you're going to give up 3 or 4 runs, normally we're at 0 when that happens. So for us to give up 3, but we score 4, we're okay. We're keeping pace with the back-to-back champs. And, normally that's not the case with our bats. But, great job by Rob Refsnyder, 2-run jack. Great job there by Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez. First time that they've homered together since what they said, April 11th. So it's been a minute. But great job by Cal getting the ball rolling. Julio Rodriguez, filling up his cup. And then Rob Refsnyder saying, hey, I guess I'm trying to stay on the team. And, again, if you do things like that, yeah, then you're worth keeping. But, how often are we going to get that version of Rob? Who knows? First pitch there from Castillo to Teoscar Hernandez is low and away with a slider, 87 miles an hour, 1-0 count. But this has definitely been one of the more entertaining, games that we've been able to watch together in quite some time. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking with a slider, 87 miles an hour, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners at first and second and no outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-3 M's. Yeah, it would have been, nice if the Blue Jays or Mariners last season would have been able to win. But, I mean, the way the Dodgers are constructed, again, they spend the money and they get the results. The Yankees spend money, but they don't get the results, but that's the other team that, spends a lot of money, but they just don't win World Series, let alone get to a World Series year in and year out. Big swing and a miss. But again, they need to pair Judge up, with another superstar. And when they did, Juan Soto, what happened? They went to a World Series. They didn't win against the Dodgers, but, obviously with the rib injury and injuries to Bellinger and Stanton, they got three guys that are very instrumental for that team's success. But it sounds like they will all three be back before the season is over. First pitch is high and inside to Dalton Rushing, no count. Jordan in the building, what's good? Great being able to see fans of other teams that actually have a place here on this channel. We see, certain fans from other teams, just being haters or trolling or being rude. And it's always nice to be able to have people like the two of you as we get a line drive up the middle. Strong throw home, and that runner ends up staying at third. But Blue Jay and Jordan, you guys are always welcome. It's just having, chat etiquette and knowing how to be a normal baseball fan and in a stream, which a lot of people I guess don't know chat etiquette and whatnot. So Rushing with a big single to right, Tucker to second, Edman to third, and now they have bases loaded again with one out, and we desperately need a double play so that way we can hang on to this one-run lead. Yeah, Mets are another team that spend a lot of money, but it's, usually they don't have a very good manager, and then they usually don't have chemistry, with the guys that they bring in. They just, spend a lot of money to try to build a superstar team like the Dodgers and Yankees, but injuries and also chemistry, as well as pitching and bullpen, sometimes fail them. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, no balls and two strikes, Shohei Ohtani. And it's not like they don't have, players that can play like Soto and Francisco Lindor and a few others. So, bottom of the fourth inning, bases loaded with one out. Castillo on the mound, Ohtani in the box. Appreciate you, Bo. And Ohtani with a little blooper in the center that drops. Julio gets it. How many runs are going to score? And now the game is tied 4-4. I mean, this Dodger team is just ridiculous. I mean, we're trying to do something that we do only once or twice or three times this season. Like hit a lot of home runs within the first few innings, and even us playing one of our best games offensively, in the first 4 innings of the year, you're still having a hard time keeping pace with the back-to-back champs, Los Angeles Dodgers. It really does show you, this is one of the best performances in the first 4 innings in Seattle Mariners 2026 season. We haven't really done this before, that often. And 3 home runs within the first 4 innings. But even with that being said, we could end up being down here in a minute or two or less. Shows you how good the Dodgers really are. And obviously, if we had like Gilbert on the mound, maybe the Dodgers aren't at 4 right now. Maybe they're at like 1 or 2. But But again, if we had Miller or Wu or Kirby, based on how they've pitched recently, the same results would probably be what we're at now. Really, the only 2 guys where, maybe if they pitch and they are not at this number would probably be Gilbert and Hancock. Maybe the score right now is 4-1 or 4-2, but the Dodgers can hit on anybody. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees towards the hips. Sinker at 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases loaded and 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, and we're tied at 4. 1-1 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike with bases loaded and 1 out. This could be the last time we see Castillo in a Mariner uniform. And another reason we would, need to move Castillo is because he's overpaid, like Rob Refsnyder. He's making a lot of money for the Mariners. He's got one of the highest contracts, and if you got one of the highest contracts and you're the worst starting pitcher, then we got to move you. 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss there by Paez. 2 balls and 2 strikes with bases loaded and 1 out. Yeah, and obviously the teams that spend money like the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees don't want, obviously a cap. But for a lot of the teams in the middle, it'll help them out. And then for the teams that are at the bottom, it's not really going to make a difference for them because regardless if there's a cap or not, they're not going to spend money. They're just going to do the same thing that they've done, do the bare minimum, try to put butts in the seats and profit. And, so it really is going to help out those teams that are, in the middle, 8 through, 20, those teams are going to benefit the most with the cap. Because if you have a team in the middle and there's a little bit more of a fair play advantage, then instead of being 15th, they might be able to move up to like 10th. And then those teams that are like 10th, they might be able to move up to like 4th or 5th, based on the even playing field. So it will be interesting how it plays out. So, and usually the Mariners are kind of in the middle, as far as money and whatnot. So 2-2 pitch, fouled behind the plate and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 4th, 4-4 Mariners and Dodgers. And we got 3 home runs, and it's still not enough to keep up with this Dodger superstar team. 2-run jack by Rob Refsnyder, solo dinger by Cal Raleigh, solo dinger by Julio Rodriguez. And we've had a lot of hitting woes this season, and even that's not enough. Crazy. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Wow. Down goes Pajes, and that's a big punch out there by Luis Castillo. Yeah, I mean, if the Mariners are willing to pay a little bit of the salary to move him, I mean, that's what most teams do anyways. They're not going to let another team, take all of it. Usually you're going to be responsible for some of those millions of dollars if you want to get rid of that particular piece. But, Mason Miller, Adrian Morejon, both from the Padres, Seiya Suzuki from the Cubs. Those would be obviously great additions, to the Mariners to bolster our bullpen, give us another great player, in Seiya Suzuki from the Cubs. And then if we can't get those players, then another guy that you may want to be on the lookout for is Casey Schmidt, third baseman on the Giants. And then who knows? There's probably a few other names that, we don't even know, that are available, that, through the whispers of the rumor mill, that, might end up being on the team. Because usually the Mariners will end up signing some random guy in the bullpen that we've never heard of, or we've heard of him, but it's not like a big name. So bottom of the 4th inning, bases loaded with 2 outs and a very exciting game. One of the most exciting of the year. We have a 4-4 tie, but for how long? Next up is Freddie Freeman. First pitch is low and away. Change up 88 miles an hour, 1-0 count. And if we can keep them bases loaded stranded here, it'll give us a really good chance to win this game, or at least to, keep pace. And hopefully that'll be the case. Give me a pop-up, a ground out, or a strikeout. 1-0 pitch. Low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes from Castillo to Freeman. Freeman is like J.P. Crawford, a very patient hitter. So if he ends up drawing a walk, and that runner from third scores, I would not be shocked. It's a freebie on Mariners TV right now. 2-0 pitch, big swing and a miss. Sinker at 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike with bases loaded and 2 outs. If you have T-Mobile, they usually do the free MLB package, but it usually will black out, the games if local to your area, but you can watch other teams play. And then obviously Mariners TV costs $20 a month unless you paid for the $100 package at the beginning of the year. And Freeman pops up. Back. Oh, and Randy catches it at the wall. And bases loaded, stranded. We got lucky there. And again, if they would have scored 1, 2, 3, 4 runs there, I wouldn't say, oh, the game is over, but it would definitely have been challenging, to be able to come back, even though we put up 4 already. All right, Mariners, let's see if we can keep adding on this amazing offensive performance. I mean, 3 home runs within the first 4 innings. I mean, that's just not who we are, but I'm glad I'm seeing it. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Batting second, 1 for 1. Getting hit by a pitch and also bunting to get on with a single. My favorite player on the team, not named Julio Rodriguez, Cole Clutch Young. Let's go, Cole. And batting third, 0 for 2 with home runs and back-to-back games against the Rangers. Let's see if we can get a home run here. Left fielder Randy Arozarena. Trident's up. Let's go, Adams. We're at 70 on the dono train, 30 to go. Paisley and myself are greatly appreciative of you guys that are supporting. We need 16 subs to go to 24,500. Let's see where we're at on the likes. We should be getting close to 100. And we're at 96. Can we get 4 people to hit the like button? We got 196 in the room, and we have 96 likes. So that should be pretty easy. And that'll put us on our way to 150 to 200 likes before the game is over. We get 4 people to hit the like button, please. And that'll put us over 100 and give us some good momentum moving forward. Shout out to our female audience like Rebecca, as well as all of our new subs, all of our regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Let him know, Jordan. First pitch into JP Crawford is a strike from Robleski, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Good take there by JP, our most patient hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike from Robleski to Crawford. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Sinker 93 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Robleski to JP. And again, I know we have Dom and Luke Rayleigh and a few others that we kind of flirt with at the DH position. But if Donovan comes back, and Dominic Canzone's in right field, JP Crawford as a DH could work. That could help us, tremendously. We just can't forget about him, especially with his patient at-bat skills. 2-2 pitch, pop behind the plate and foul. But you're going to have, Luke Rayleigh and, assuming Rob Refsnyder's still on the team and a few of these other guys. But, I would love to be able to see Johnny Pareda get called up. And, again, we'll see if Lazaro Montes or maybe Michael Arroyo, who's been doing really well in AAA. Lazaro Montes and Michael Arroyo got promoted to AAA a couple weeks ago. And there's rumors that Arroyo might get called up, and that could definitely help us. 2-2 pitch, high and inside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Crawford. It does kind of feel like a postseason game. I agree. 3-2 pitch, little blooper towards third. Run, JP. And look at the hustle by JP Crawford. He's out, but hopefully Randy and others will take notice. That's how you run hard to first base. That's what Luke Rayleigh does every time. And I love seeing, players run hard. It should mean something to you. Even if you think you're going to be out, you never know. If the throw is going to be high or low, or if the first baseman is going to bobble it. Good effort there by JP. And a hell of a throw by Muncy to Freddie Freeman. And that is 1 away. Next up, second baseman 1 for 1 with a bunt and hit by a pitch in the first at bat. Cole Clutch Young. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Sweeper 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cole Clutch Young. He can play offense. He can play defense. He can do it all. Hell, he can even hit home runs once in a blue moon as well. Love me some Cole Clutch Young. 1-1 pitch, fouled off in front of the catcher, rushing. Sinker 95 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 5th, 4-4, Mariners and Dodgers. 1-2 pitch, and Young pops up into shallow left. Teoscar is there, and that is 1 away. And 1 away turns into 2 away. Down goes JP, down goes Cole Young. And next up in the 2-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena on deck is Julio Rodriguez. And the last at bat for Julio, he was able to raise that trident, baby. First pitch in there for a strike to Randy Arozarena, 0-1 count. 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 4-seam fastball again, 93 miles an hour, missing the corner by a couple inches. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs, top of the 5th, in a very exciting game. One of the best games that I've been able to call and watch. Obviously, we would like to not give up 4 runs, but, when you're playing the Dodgers and we got our worst starting pitcher on the mound, I mean, it's kind of a given. But the 4 runs scored by our offense, a big shock. And you got to remember, Robleski is 11-2 with a sub-3 ERA. So for us to hit 3 home runs on one of the best pitchers in the game in 2026 is insane. 3-1 pitch. But again, they're feeding off the emotion of the Dodger crowd and, obviously playing up to the competition. And it kind of felt like we played down to the Rangers, even though they're kind of neck and neck, with us, with the Astros as well. So. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball. Deep left field. Back. Just foul. It would have went into the front row for a home run, and that would have been a home run for Randy in 3 straight games. Ay. Wow, so close. Just on the left side of the foul pole. Great follow-through swing. Yeah, Wu and Kirby definitely have been worse than expected, David. At home they can pitch well, but on the road, especially Wu, he's been terrible this year. 3-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Randy, and that is out number 3. But again, Castillo's our worst pitcher. Wu and Kirby have been worse than expected. Miller was our best, but as of late, he's kind of gone down to earth lately, and he's not as strong as he was. Still one of our top 3 guys, but I think at this point, obviously, Gilbert is our 1 at the moment. And then, Hancock, obviously we'll see what he looks like in this particular series and see what he does. But I mean, we got depth. I mean, normally with our, pitching stats, we're normally, in the top 6 with bullpen and starters. But again, we have been going sideways a little bit lately, and the bullpen is not trustworthy right now. And really the only guy that's trustworthy is the guy that was one of the worst players on the team at the beginning of the year, Andres Munoz, who had an ERA of 5 and 6, and now is probably our best pitcher in our bullpen overall. So things can change. The season is long. Even when we feel things are not going to get better, sometimes they do. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Dodgers as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Next up, 0 for 2, third baseman, Mad Max Muncy. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run, shortstop in the 5-hole, Mookie Betts. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, second baseman in the 6-hole, Tommy Edman. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Shout out to JT. Shout out to Flying Munch. Shout out to Sean. Appreciate you guys. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're tied at 4. Oh, 1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, back, gone! And Mad Max Muncy ends up getting a home run on Luis Castillo. It's just a home run party today. My goodness. At least it was only a solo dinger, I guess. And down goes Castillo. Muncy with a big home run, 430 feet, a no-doubter, 5-4 Dodgers. I mean, everybody on this lineup can hit home runs. It's just crazy. Next up in the 5-hole, shortstop Mookie Betts. And on deck is Tommy Edman. I mean, it's just not fair. It feels like when you play the Dodgers, you're playing against the National League All-Star team, honestly. And if we're really being real, if the Dodgers with their best, lineup went against the National League and, you took out, the Dodger players from the All-Star game and just put them on the Dodgers, hell, the Dodgers might actually win against the National League, taking away all those other guys. Like, that's how good they are. It's probably the only team that could play an all-star team and win. That's crazy. And Mookie Betts pops out there to second. Cole Young is there, and that is 1 away. Next up is Tommy Edman. First pitch to Edman. Fouls that one off and out of play. Change up 87 miles an hour. 0-1 count. On deck is Kyle Tucker. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Callie in the building. What's good? Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Flying Monkey. Shout out to Not JT. Appreciate you guys more than you know. Or the dream, baby. Pitch fouled off, high and inside. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, 5 for Dodgers. We're looking forward to college football, the NFL. That's going to be very exciting. You know, the NBA, NHL, and then obviously you still got NASCAR, you know, in full swing. And obviously you got SummerSlam, you know, WWE and AEW. I try to keep up with a little bit of everything. You know, my days are packed, obviously, taking care of Paisley, but you know, you got to be well-rounded. You got to be able to keep in touch with a lot of different things. Pitch fouled off, high and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Castillo to Edman. 1-2 pitch, hard hit ball, out of play. 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Castillo. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, 5 for Dodgers. Yeah, but let's be real. Based on how Wu and Kirby and everyone else that's been pitching lately, the same thing probably would have happened. Hell, it could be worse. You know, based on how Wu and Kirby have pitched. You know, Wu has been really bad on the road. Kirby did have a good start before having that last meltdown. And then, you know, Hancock and Miller and Gilbert, you know, are a little bit more consistent. But, you know, our pitchers are completely different, you know, at home than on the road. So. I mean, look at the Dodger lineup. I mean, they're 67-39 for Christ's sake. I mean, 31-19 at home. You know, they've already won back-to-back championships, right? And they might do it again. Like, it's not really fair playing this team. And that gets popped up. Cal Raleigh is there. Nice catch. In foul territory, and that is 2 away. 67-39 is their record. Good job there by Cal Raleigh in foul territory, getting Kyle Tucker out. Next up is Teoscar Hernandez. I mean, think about how many all-star appearances the starting lineup has had, you know, and then the guys that haven't made all-star, you know, appearances, they're still like really above average players. Like, you know, they don't really have weak links on this team. I mean, really the weakest link for the Dodgers, you know, obviously is usually themselves with injuries, you know, to the pitching staff and the bullpen. Like a lot of times the only team that can beat the Dodgers is the Dodgers themselves. And Teoscar Hernandez gets hit there. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he got hit on the hand or the wrist, similar to Cole Young. And that 2-seam fastball, I mean, he goes in with kind of a check swing, and as he goes with the check swing, he gets hit there on the upper forearm. I hope Teoscar's okay. Yeah. I mean, my dad's a Dodger fan, and he's not a bandwagon, and he's been a Dodger fan since the 50s, you know, since the Koufax and Drysdale era. And I met Koufax, you know, when I was 10. So, you know, a piece of me, you know, obviously, you know, it's Mariners all day, every day, you know, but a piece of me, you know, like, let's say, for example, the Mariners are eliminated, you know, and the Dodgers are playing, you know, I hope that they do well for my dad, you know, but obviously if they keep winning World Series after World Series, at some point, you know, just like Jordan, I want someone new. Like, I love my dad and all, and I love all those people that are real Dodger fans, not bandwagon, but sometimes enough is enough. And that is popped up into right, and that is out number 3. You know, again, it's like, you know, when you start to see one single team, you know, win over and over and over again, like the New England Patriots with Brady, right? At some point, you're like, can anybody else, you know, get to the championship game? Like, it gets a little old, right? And you just, you know, you start rooting for the other team to beat them, you know, or you just hope that another team eliminates them, to represent that conference. So you get somebody new, thankfully, at least we had Peyton Manning and a few other guys to make it kind of interesting, even though, the Patriots have been dominating, just like the Dodgers have been dominating as of late. All right, at the end of the 5th inning, we're down by a run. Let's see if we can get a run and make up for giving up that solo dinger to Max Muncy. But I'm in that same boat, man. It's cool that, if they do some, great things, but after a while, you just want to be able to see some new teams get there or somebody new win, to have that excitement of their own for that fan base. And we're the only team that's never been to a World Series, so you know how hungry we are. Next up, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. We could use a multi-homer game out of Julio. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting second, 0 for 2 in the 4-hole. Right fielder, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. A Dom bomb, please. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run, RBI, and a K. Has a home run as well, who got the party started for Seattle. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Tridents up, let's go M's. Home runs by Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, and believe it or not, Rob Refsnyder. Tridents up, let's go Seattle. 16 subs to go to 24,500. I believe we're at 70 on the Dono train. 30 to go. And we should be over 100 likes, I assume, at this point. And first pitch to Julio, hard hit ball, deep right field, and caught at the wall, and that is 1 away. And we're at 113 likes. Thank you so much. $87 to $200. Next up is Dominic Canzone. First pitch to Canzone in there for a strike. High and inside, 0-1 count. One pitch, big swing and a miss there by Dom. No balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Canzone. 0-2 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 6th, 5-4 Dodgers. Now, if we were facing the Dodgers' worst pitcher and we were able to do what we did, as Dom hits a deep ball, center field, back, gone! Dom bomb, baby! Wow. Absolute bomb by Dominic Canzone. And we're doing this against Robleski. You have to remember, for a lot of you that aren't watching the Dodgers on the regular, 11-2 record, ERA of 2.62. He doesn't give up home runs. How the hell do we have 4 home runs here today? I'm just in shock right now. Great job there by Dominic Canzone, baby. I guess the photos are working. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And whatever the Dodgers do, we're able to kind of, do it back, right? They throw a jab, we throw a jab, right? They throw a haymaker, we throw a haymaker. And again, it definitely feels, kind of like a World Series playoff type of atmosphere here today. And hopefully one day this will be the matchup that we get, Mariners versus Dodgers. 1-1 pitch, fouled off and out of play there in left field. Slider 88 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. 5-5 Mariners and Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers have an all-star team. Literally, they could probably beat the American League or National League. That's how good they are. And normally with the Mariners, we typically can't hit. Let's be honest. Last year we could. This year, not so much. But today, we are locked in. And this is exactly what we needed after getting beat up by the Rangers, to show that, hey, we can still, be one of the best teams in the American League. We know the Rangers and the Astros and Mariners are going to battle it out. We know the White Sox and Guardians are good this year. We know the Rays and the Yankees are the best teams in the American League. But that doesn't mean that we can't get hot and, and healthy at the right time, especially if we end up being buyers at the deadline, which I know we will be. But add Brandon Donovan to this team, right? Get a few bullpen guys, get rid of some of the weak links. Things could happen. 2-2 pitch, big strike three on Cal Raleigh, and that is 2 away. Next up is Josh Naylor. What an exciting game. I just wish the Dodgers were at, 1 or 0 or 2, not 5, but it definitely makes for an interesting game. And it shows you how home run dependent we are, but when we get hot, we get really hot. First pitch takes a strike looking down the middle, 0-1 count. Oh, and Naylor's challenging that. That'll get overturned. No balls and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. At least I hope it will. Looked inside. Yep. Good challenge there by Naylor. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. Hard hit ball on a 1-1 pitch into left field and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Robleski to Naylor. One-two pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Robleski to Josh Naylor. And when's the last time that we got this many home runs on an elite pitcher? I don't think we've done this all season, honestly. We've been able to beat up on bad pitchers, but not normally one of the best in baseball. 2-2 pitch, hard hit ball into right field and a single for Naylor. Wow. The Dodgers have 11 hits, right? But the Mariners, have 6 or 7. So, we're catching up. And we got 4 home runs, and that's our 7th hit. And what's the magic number for the Mariners normally, right? 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. And if we hit that number, usually that means that we can win or compete. And we're already there, and it's only the 6th inning. Next up is Rob Refsnyder. Now, if you really want to make us love you, you hit another home run. I don't know what the chances of that happening are. 1 in a billion, but again, even hitting 1 home run was crazy. 0-1 pitch to Refsnyder. Takes a strike right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the 6th, 5-5, Mariners and Dodgers. 2-run jack by Refsnyder and solo dingers by Canzone, Julio, and Cal Raleigh. Big swing and a miss as the runner takes off, and that is out number 3. And I love seeing everyone join the home run party, but again, there's a few others that could join that party as well. So we got home runs out of Dominic Canzone, Rob Refsnyder, Julio, and Cal. And Randy has hit home runs in back-to-back games. We know Cole Young is overdue. Naylor is really overdue. Weston Wilson has the ability to hit a home run. And JP hasn't hit one in a minute. And he's definitely due as well. Nice job, Dom, giving us the bomb, baby. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Dodgers as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Next up for the Dodgers in the 9-hole, 2 for 2 with a run, catcher Dalton Rushing. Batting second, 2 for 2 with a run with 2 RBIs with a base on ball, DHing Shohei Ohtani. Solo dinger in the bottom of the 1st to give him a 1-0 lead. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a K, center fielder Andy Pages. And Castillo is done, and they're going to bring in Gabe Spire. And hopefully that's the good Gabe, not the bad. All right, maybe the last time we see Castillo in a Mariner uniform. 5 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 90 pitches, 61 strikes, 5.06 ERA. Gave up 5 runs, so right on point to what he normally does. overpaid. And again, we need to be able to get, something for him. A couple bullpen guys, a prospect in Castillo for, a Maury Hone or a Miller or a Seiya Suzuki or a Casey Schmidt. I mean, we need help in the bullpen. We need a right-handed bat, a left-handed bat. And again, normally when we have Castillo give up 5, we're down 5-0 or 5-1. But thankfully, the bats have come alive to give us a chance to actually win this game. And now we get Gabe Spire into the game, and hopefully we get a good version of Gabe, the Pat McAfee lookalike. First pitch from Spire to Rushing shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike outside, 0-1 count. One of the most exciting games, of the year. There's no doubt about it. And a little line drive towards first. And foul. No balls and 2 strikes from Spire to Rushing. But again, remember, we do play our best ball in the second half of the season. So we already knew that this version of the Mariners could eventually show up. We got a little taste of it in one game against Texas, but that wasn't enough with Dominic Canzone and a few others and Randy Arozarena. But this is more of a team effort, right? Julio and Cal and Rob Refsnyder and Dom. And again, to do it against an elite pitcher is just insane to me. 0-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Nice punch out there for Gabe Spire, and that is 1 away. Down goes Dalton Rushing. Next up, the best player on planet Earth in baseball, not named Aaron Judge when he's healthy, Shohei Ohtani. On deck is Andy Pages. First pitch is low and away, 1-0 count. Dennis and Jesse in the building. Appreciate you. It's also, playing up to the competition, not playing down. Like when we play the Royals or the Angels or the Athletics, we usually play down, and then sometimes we get our ass kicked, but when we play good teams, we may not win every game, but we usually, show a certain version of ourselves, like when we play the Yankees or the Astros or, the Dodgers and, teams like that. Little slow dribbler, throw to first, and down goes Ohtani, and that is 2 away. But sometimes when we play really good teams, we get our ass kicked too. Like, remember when we played the Phillies last year? It got embarrassing. So, sometimes, we bring our best foot forward and, we compete, but sometimes we'll play a really good team that's hot and we just get absolutely destroyed. But thankfully, even though Castillo, gave up 5, at least we were able to match and put up 5 with the offense, which is not something that happens often. First pitch into Pages there, low and away. Slider, 84 miles an hour, in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Bottom of the 6th, 5-5 Mariners and Dodgers. Home runs by Rob Refsnyder, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, and Dominic Canzone. 0-1 pitch, popped up into Julio's glove, and that is out number 3. Appreciate you, Jesse. Appreciate you, Dennis. All right, end of the 6th inning. We're still knotted up at 5. Let's see if we can take the lead and not look back, which is going to be tough. But next up for the Mariners here in the top of the 7th, 0 for 2 with a K, third baseman Weston Wilson, who's played the best as a role player besides Johnny Pareda, but he's in AAA. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, the most patient hitter on the team. Shortstop J.P. Crawford, I think, who's earned a chance to come back to this team next year. Obviously with Castillo, Garver, Refsnyder, it won't hurt my feelings if they're not on the team next year, but I really would like J.P. To be back on the team, even if he's just a role player. You never know what kind of injuries could happen, to third base, second base, and shortstop. And again, I think JP is kind of a fan favorite. And even though he's not the greatest hitter, and I know he's not, the greatest defender this year, he's made a lot of mistakes at shortstop and third base, but he's got a good attitude, patient in the box. And again, he is a selfless guy, and I can appreciate that. And batting third, leadoff hitter, my favorite player on the team, second baseman, Cole Clutch Young. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 16 subs to go to 24,500. Now 15 to go. Appreciate you. We're at 70 on the Dono train, 30 more to get to our goal to 100. Paisley and myself, appreciate you guys very, very much. Let's see where we're at on the likes. Got a big home run party for both teams today. And we're at 126 likes. 74 to a 200. All right, Brock Stewart is in the game, and hopefully he'll have a meltdown. First pitch with a sweeper is low and away for Brock Stewart to Weston Wilson, our best role player, not named Johnny Pareda. Sweeper 84 miles an hour, low and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Foul behind the plate. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Brock Stewart to Weston Wilson. One pitch on the edge for a strike. One-two pitch, low and away. Sweeper missing there by Brock Stewart. 85 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on and no outs. Top of the 7th inning, 5-5 Mariners, Dodgers. And this is the first time that we have played a game where it kind of has felt like a playoff atmosphere. Obviously they're in the National League, we're in the American League, so this could be like a future World Series matchup. Throw to first off the broken bat, and they say he's out, but it was pretty close. Good hustle there by Weston Wilson, which is something that I can really appreciate. I like good attitudes, and I like hustle. And that bat exploded into a few pieces there. And still with that, even that happening, still great effort there by Weston trying to get to first base, but just out. David in the building. What's good? Logan in the building. What's good? Next up is JP Crawford. Let's go, JP. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 count. On deck is Cole Clutch Young. And it kind of makes you wonder if Colt Emerson would have started over JP, how hot would he have been today? 5 for 11 in that Ranger series. It's the first time that he's actually seen the baseball as good as he has, besides the beginning of the year when he went on that tear, getting those 7 home runs, but then kind of went into a cold snap, but then started to heat up again. So, and I know he's going to break out next year, just like Cole Young did this year. Pitch fouled off, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Stewart to Crawford. 1-1 pitch, and JP pops up, shallow left, and caught, and that is 2 away. Mookie Betts with the grab there. Always great vibes at Dodger Stadium. One of the best stadiums to have baseball being played with all their great history. Next up, second baseman Cole Clutch Young. See if Cole can get on in the home run party. And Young with a slow dribbler towards first and foul. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Big swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes from Stewart to Young. Well, Brendan Donovan should be back very, very soon. Hit a home run today in AAA for the Tacoma Rainiers. Went 2 for 4, right? Brash and Criswell and Vargas are going to be back within a week or two. And then the trade deadline is a week away. So, honestly, we should be able to play our best baseball, for the rest of the way. Even though things have gone sideways this year with injuries and poor play and poor managing for that matter. 0-2 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Stewart to Young. And we always play our best baseball in the second half of the year. That's how we are. We normally don't play a very good baseball in the first half, traditionally. 1-2 pitch. And Young pops up into shallow right. Kyle Tucker is there. And that is out number 3. All right, we're going to the 7th inning stretch. Let's see who's up next year for the Dodgers. Next up for the Dodgers, 1 for 3, first baseman, one of the best first basemen in this generation, the most consistent, most patient, Freddie Freeman. Really admire Freddie's game and his attitude. Could have definitely stayed with Atlanta for his whole career. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Big dinger. Third baseman by Mad Max Muncy. And batting third, 1 for 3 with the run. Shortstop, even though he's having a down year, you can never count him out, Mookie Betts. Try to end sub. Let's go, M's. 15 subs to go to 24,500. If you haven't subbed to the channel yet, please do. Looks like we got another sub during the commercial break. Thank you so much. 14 subs now to go to 24,500. 514 to get to 25,000, which will be an exciting day. 6.2 million views and counting as well. We're at 70 on the Dono train, 30 to go. And I haven't checked my Venmo or Cash App in a minute, so if anyone has donated there and I haven't commented on it yet, please let me know. And we're at 134 likes. $66 to $200. Yeah, I hope Riley gets that cone off next week and everything goes well. All right, Jose Ferrer coming in. First pitch to Freeman. Laser towards third base and foul. 0-1 count. Batting 340 almost in June. Wow. 0-1 pitch. Little dribbler towards first and foul. No balls and 2 strikes from Jose Ferrer to Freddie Freeman. Ferrer on the mound. Freeman in the box. 0-2 pitch. Just got a little piece of that foul ball. Sinker, 98 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-5, Mariners and Dodgers. Oh, 2 pitch. And just gets a little piece, a little blooper. Ferrer. And not a great throw, and Naylor drops it, and Freeman is safe. Next up is Max Muncy. First pitch for Muncy up the middle. Double play. Got him. And that makes up for the bad throw there by Jose Ferrer. And we'll take a double play all day, every day. Nice job there by JP Crawford and company. Nice job, JP. And that is 2 away. Next up for the Dodgers, after that great double play with JP helping out, in the 5-hole, shortstop Mookie Betts. 1 for 3 with a run. On deck is Tommy Edman. First pitch in the Mookie Betts. High and inside with a sinker, 99 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-5, Mariners and Dodgers. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ferrer to Betts. One pitch, big swing and a miss. Right down the middle with the changeup, 89 miles an hour there by Jose Ferrer. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-5, Mariners and Dodgers. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. And a little blooper into center field. Wow. Julio Rodriguez making the catch. And honestly, there's been quite a few balls that have been hit into Julio's area that he wasn't able to get to, but he gets a hold of that one. Great job by Julio Rodriguez in the no-fly zone, and that is out number 3. All right, end of the 7th inning. Let's go to the top of the 8th and take the lead and not look back. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 3 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI, who has a home run today. It's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI with a home run as well. Right fielder, the Dominic Canzone, the Italian Stallion. Let's go, Dom. Let's see if we get another Dom bomb, baby. Shout out to our new subs, all of our female audience, all of our regulars, everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. 50th year anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. And every single stream, we will dedicate it to the one and the only Rick Riz. We love you. Try to answer up. Let's go, M's. 14 subs to go to 24,500. And I believe we're at 70 on the dono train, 30 to go. Shout out to Flying Monkey, Sean, and JT. And we're at 141 likes. $59 to $200. First pitch from Brock Stewart to Randy Arozarena, high and inside towards the head. Sinker, 94 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Come on, Randy. Randy has hit home runs in back-to-back games against the Rangers. Let's see if we can get another player to join the home run party. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking right down the middle with a four-seam fastball. 97 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike from Brock Stewart to Randy Arozarena. Come on, Randy. Try dance up. Let's go, M's. 1-1 pitch. A little blooper to shallow center. And caught, and that is 1 away. Potheads there out in center field having a breakout year. All right, now we're in the top of the 8th with 1 out and nobody on. Next up, One of the best center fielders in the game, a guy that can play offense and defense, has a home run today. One of my favorites, besides Cole Young, Julio Rodriguez. On deck is the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, J-Rod. First pitch in there, low and away for a strike looking, 0-1 count. Come on, Julio. One pitch, taking a strike right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Oh, 2 pitch. And Julio with a little bloop single and drops. Let's go. Nice multi-hit day for Julio Rodriguez, baby. Julio always gets hot in the second half of the season. Great job by J-Rod. Sometimes you just got to find a way to get it right in between the center fielder and the second baseman. Or in between the shortstop and the center fielder. Great job. Next up is Dominic Canzone, and Stewart is done, and it looks like Vesia is coming in. All right, Alex Vesia coming in. All right, Vesia coming in to face Dominic Canzone. What an exciting game. Definitely a playoff, World Series kind of vibe today. $14 subs to go to 24,500 in one of the most exciting games in our 2026 season, since things have gone really sideways for us in a lot of categories, but we are a good second half team. We've proven that year in and year out. We're at 70 on the Dono train, 30 more to go to hit our goal. And we're at 141 likes, 59 more to 200. All right, let's see if the Mariner Moose can give us a little bit of that Soto mojo, that Mariner magic that we need. And usually when we show the Moose, good things happen. And hopefully we can get another Dom bomb. I mean, we don't usually get too many multi-homer games out of our guys, and Julio's taken off and safe. Great stolen bag there by Julio Rodriguez. Another thing that we haven't been very good at this year, running the bags. A lot of the things that we were really good at last year, we've struggled with, even just getting back to the basics. But great job there by Julio, stealing that bag. Now we got a runner in scoring position. 0-1 pitch to Dom. And Canzone, deep, back, gone! Let's go! Multi-homer game by Dom. We might win this, baby. 7-5 Mariners. Woo! Let's go. Unbelievable. You talk about a multi-homer game. I guess the sports gods were listening. We don't usually have multi-homer games, but again, we're getting hot at the right time. And after Julio getting on board, Dom knew it. As soon as he hit it, dropped the bat, and that was back, gone. 7-5 Mariners. And if we end up hanging on and winning this game, this will be one of the best wins of the entire year. And maybe this will be that springboard game that we need to take off, for the rest of the season. Great job. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's see if Cal can have a multi-homer game. Let's go, baby. 5 home runs today. Are you kidding me? Against the back-to-back champion Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Unreal. What a spectacular day, man. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Love it, man. Sports gods, they won't always listen, but what a great game so far. It's not over yet, though. Pitch is outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. But again, when you got, 4 or 5 guys at homer, there's a chance that one of them might be able to multi-homer, and maybe more than one, depending on how long the game goes. So Julio with a homer, Cal with a homer, Rob Refsnyder with a homer, and then you get Dominic Canzone with 2. And me and Blue Jay, we were pretty optimistic, thinking, we might be able to surprise some people. Realistically, could we have gotten swept? Yes. Realistically, could you win only 1 game like we did against the Rangers? Of course. But sometimes, that Soto mojo and that Mariner magic happens, and sometimes crazy shit happens. And I mean, could you imagine if we win 2 out of 3, or if we win this game and let's say, for example, we sweep? Could you imagine how much momentum we would gain moving forward if we were to do something crazy like that? Especially with the trade deadline looming. But we just got to take it one game at a time. But just hypothetical, crazy. And that is 2 away. Down goes Cal. Next up is Josh Naylor. But if anybody deserves a little bit of joy, it's the Mariner fan base. It's been rough this year. First pitch is low and away from Vesia to Naylor. Slider 84 miles an hour. 1-0 count. That's why it's always good to be positive. So easy to be negative in life and negative on the Mariners, when things don't go right. And especially this season, I think I've seen more things go wrong this year than in the last 40. I've been watching for a long time, since the mid-'80s, and I've never seen so many things go wrong in one season besides this year. And, even with that being said, I still think that we can make a deep run and make the playoffs and go on a deep run this year, even with all those things. I mean, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, is what they say, right? And, especially if we make some good moves at the deadline. I know if I was the Rays and the Yankees and the White Sox and the Guardians, I wouldn't want to play the Mariners, especially if we get hot. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Vesia to Naylor. And I respect, what the Rays and the Yankees have been able to do, especially New York with Bellinger and Stanton and Judge out with injuries, and obviously White Sox with Munetaka Murakami, the rookie coming from Japan, and making them, a playoff team. That's awesome. Making Miguel Vargas and Colson Montgomery better, which is awesome for them. And the Guardians are always, pretty good. And then obviously the Rangers, Astros, and Mariners are always kind of battling it out, for position in the AL West. So that's not anything new. But since the American League is down, I mean, it's anybody's for the taking. I mean, and honestly, if we were going to have a crazy bad year, this would be the year to do it, and when the whole American League is down. And again, we are starting to heat up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. And then if you're just looking at roster, top to bottom, we have probably the most talented roster in the American League, other than, the Rays or the Yankees. I mean, just player for player. And if you really look at it, some would argue that maybe the Mariners have the most talented team, even though we don't have the best record. But it just for talent-wise, we just have underachieved this year and had injuries and poor play. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Naylor, and that is out number 3. But not before Dominic Canzone hits his second home run, baby.
Let's go, baby. And hopefully this will be a trend of multi-homer games for, a lot of the Mariner players. Great job, Dom. I mean, he was the hero in that game against the Rangers, and he does it again. I love it. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th with a 2-run lead. Great job by Julio getting on 2, so that way we're not just up by 1, we're up by 2. That's huge. And Bizzardo is coming in, and he's had 3 straight meltdowns. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. Next up in the 6th hole, second baseman Tommy Edman. Batting second in the 7th hole, the former Astro. Right fielder Kyle Tucker. He's ring chasing. And batting third in the 8th hole, the former Blue Jay and Mariner, Teoscar Hernandez. And I don't know if I really like Bizzardo coming in this situation, considering he's given up a home run or an RBI 3 straight appearances, but let's just hope that he doesn't make it 4 in a row. All right, Bizzardo's coming in. Please do not let the Mariner fan base down, my guy. I mean, we've had such an incredible day today. We can't have a meltdown. Feed off the positive momentum that we've already gained so far in this game. Oh, 1 pitch, a little slow dribbler towards first. Cole Young is there. Throw to Naylor, and that is 1 away. And again, I don't expect Bizzardo to get strikeouts at all. I mean, he doesn't need to. Just get pop-ups and ground-outs. Let the defense bail you out. And a good job there by Cole Young, and that is 1 away. Next up, right fielder in the 7th hole, the former Astro, Kyle Tucker. On deck is Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch right down the middle, in there for a strike. 0-1 count. But again, he's already had 3 meltdowns in a row. Hopefully he can find a way, to get the job done here. So. Oh, 1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Bizzardo to Tucker. Yeah, I'm 44, but I've been watching since I've been about 3-4 years old, so since around the mid-'80s, so I might look a little younger. Most people think I'm in my, high 20s, mid-30s or whatnot, but I was lucky enough to, meet Ken Griffey Jr., when I was in first grade in his rookie year, and that really changed everything in 1989 when I was 7, and then I met Sandy Koufax, Dodger legend, when I was 10. And that really did change my life incredibly. Throw to first, and another great defensive play by the Mariner defense. Cole Clutch Young getting the job done again, and that is 2 away. But this is me and my dad and Ken Griffey Jr. when I was 7, and meeting him, getting the photo, getting the autograph on the rookie card changed my life forever. And then my dad and me and Sandy Koufax. So again, when you can end up having that type of thing happen, it changes your life, forever. Again, if I didn't meet Ken Griffey Jr. and Sandy Koufax, 2 of the best lefties that have ever played when I was 7 and 10 years old, who knows? Maybe I'm not doing this. Maybe I'm doing, streaming video games instead or something. So, but it definitely had a big impact on my life. And I still remember as if it was yesterday when I met both of them. It just ingrained in my brain for sure. Big swing and a miss, high and inside. Bizzardo looking good. 0-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. Sinker, 96 miles an hour, no balls and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to Hernandez. the game's not over yet, but so far it's one of the best games of the year, no doubt. Pitching could have been a little bit better by Castillo, but it is Luis Castillo, right? I mean, his ERA is 5. He gave up 5. Popped up in foul territory, and Naylor was hustling to get to it, but just out of reach. And it's still no balls and 2 strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. I was also blessed to meet Ken Griffey Jr.'s dad, Ken Griffey Sr., and obviously we know he came over in 1990 and then they went back to back. And Teoscar pops up to Randy, and that is out number 3. And can you believe it? It's a miracle. Bizzardo doesn't have a meltdown 4 games in a row, so I guess 3 is the cutoff. And I'm so thankful that he was able to get that 1, 2, 3. Cole Young obviously did his job on the first 2 outs, and Randy got that 3rd one. But good job, Bizzardo. I haven't been able to say that in a while. All right, let's go to the top of the 9th and see if we can add on 1 more run for insurance. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. And if we can hang on to this win and this lead, this will be one of the best wins of the season, if not the best. 1 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs and 2 Ks with a big 2-run jack, making his debut back after an injury, DHing Rob Refsnyder, making the most of his time here in Seattle, at least today. Batting second in the 8-hole, third baseman Weston Wilson, and batting third in the 9-hole, J.P. Crawford. Jack Dreyer coming in. All right, Jack Dreyer coming in, the lefty. Top of the 9th inning, 7-5 Mariners. Probably the best game of the year for Seattle, considering all the things that have gone wrong for us this season. And I know my dad and Valhalla here, on YouTube, obviously we're, familiar with each other and whatnot. He's probably not too thrilled with today's game, but obviously when you're 67-39, I don't think you have anything really to complain about when you're a Dodger fan. I mean, this win means a lot more to us than it does to them. First pitch into Rob Refsnyder is in there for a strike, 0-1 count. One ball and 1 strike from Dreyer to Refsnyder. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rob Refsnyder. I've been doing this for 14 years. This is my 10th year on YouTube, so it's been a long journey. Hard hit ball, deep left field, and it short hops off the wall, and that's a stand-up double for Rob Refsnyder. Wow. But we do a little bit of everything on here. I'll do NFL, college football, obviously Mariners, MLB, and then, there's nothing really that I don't feel comfortable doing. We'll do NBA, NHL with the Kraken, NASCAR, WWE, AEW, pretty much anything and everything. There's nothing really that makes me uncomfortable, but again, if you're a fanatic, that's just kind of how it goes. Nice job there by Rob Refsnyder, almost getting another home run. And Luke Raley is going to pinch run for him. And next up is Weston Wilson. On deck is J.P. Crawford. Last time we won in Dodger Stadium, they said it was 2009. Holy hell. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. This is definitely the biggest game of the year if that's the case. And we got Luke Raley pinch running at second base, but we haven't won here at Dodger Stadium since 2009. It's 2026. Holy hell. That's crazy. But it shows you how, great the Dodgers have been, especially at home. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Dreyer to Weston Wilson. One-two pitch, low and at the knees. But if we're able to hang on to this victory, we'll actually have a chance to win 2 out of 3. And if we win tomorrow, we actually will have a chance to maybe win a sweep. And not very many teams sweep the Dodgers, home or on the road. 2-2 pitch, check swing. Does he go? No, he doesn't. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Weston Wilson. And we have Luke Raley running for Rob Refsnyder at second base. 3-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Weston Wilson, and that is 1 away. Next up is J.P. Crawford. On deck is Cole Clutch Young. And on the mound for the Dodgers, Jack Dreyer. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. First pitch right down the middle for a strike to J.P. Crawford. 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, foul back behind the plate to the Arco sign. 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Dreyer to Crawford. Oh, 2 pitch from Dreyer. High and away. 4-seam fastball missing there by Dreyer. Good take there by JP. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second. Luke Raley with 1 out. Top of the 9th inning. 7-5 Seattle. One-two pitch. Low and away. Slider missing. 89 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Dreyer to JP. Yeah, well, the only way that Rob would play is if we go against another lefty tomorrow. So if that's the case, then there's a chance. 2-2 pitch. And that's strike 3 looking. Pitch was high in the zone, but a strike, and that is 2 away. Next up is Cole Clutch Young. Let's go, Cole. First pitch is high and away. 4-seam fastball, 1-0 count. 94 miles an hour there by Dreyer. Top of the 9th, runner at second, Luke Raley with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. And a hard hit ball there by Cole Young. And just foul. 1 ball and 1 strike from Dreyer to Young. As of a few games back with Cole Young with 2 outs with runners in scoring position was batting over 400, and obviously with just runners in scoring position batting over 300. So great to be able to see him, get better and better. And a hard hit ball into center, but Pajes is there. He's having a breakout year, and that is out number 3. All right, Andres Munoz coming in. He's been our most reliable bullpen pitcher overall between everyone in the bullpen and closer. And we need a good version of Andres Munoz, and we'll understand and know what he's about in the first 7 pitches. And hopefully he'll be lights out. I mean, he's had even a few outings where he hasn't even thrown a ball. So we'll see what version of Andres Munoz we get, and hopefully it's a good one. All right, Mooney's coming in. All right, Mooney coming in for the Mariners. Now, let's see who's up here for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th. Next up in the 9 hole. 2 for 3 with a run and a K. Catcher Dalton Rushing. Batting second, 2 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs and a walk. With a solo dinger in the bottom of the first, Shohei Ohtani. And batting third, 1 for 4 with a K, center fielder Andy Pages. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. We're at 70 on the Dono train, 30 to go to hit our goal. 14 more subs to go to 24,500. And if you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. Help us get to as close to 200 likes as possible. And we're at 163. We need 37 more. Five homers today, and that's not something that we do very often. I mean, I have T-Mobile, so I have the MLB package for free, but it blacks out, the team that's in your area. So I pay $20 a month to watch Mariners TV. So that's how I end up calling the games. First pitch from Mooney to Rushing is low and away with a 4-seam fastball. Triple digits, 101 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Munoz to Rushing. Bottom of the 9th inning, 7-5 Seattle. Two-0 pitch, popped up and out of play. 4-seam fastball, triple digits, 100 miles an hour, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Mooney to Rushing. And Mooney's story is one of the best, not only for the Mariners, but baseball, to be a top 5, top 10 closer normally. And then the start of the year, he was bottom 5. And then now to be able to be, a top 10 guy, within his last 12 or 13 outings, it's just great to be able to see him recover. I was very skeptical if he was going to be able to get back to the player that he was, at least this season. I thought maybe this season was a wash, but thankfully he's been able to get back to his normal form of being dominant, at least within the last 12 or 13. 2-2 pitch, little dribbler up the middle. JP is there, just can't get a hold of it. Next up is Shohei Ohtani. On deck is Andy Pages. Nothing is ever easy when you play the Dodgers. I mean, we would know. We haven't won here since 2009. First pitch fouled off there by Shohei Ohtani, 0-1 count. I mean, not everyone can spend, billions of dollars every year. Construct an all-star team every year. Oh, 1 pitch. Ohtani with a line drive up the middle. Yikes. And Rushing is going to come home. Get it, Victor. Jesus. What are you doing? and Ohtani gets a triple. Jesus. And a 2-run lead, I guess, is not even enough. And now it's 7-6 with Ohtani at third with no outs. And what was Victor Robles doing there in the outfield? My God. Get a hold of the damn baseball. Bobbled the baseball, and then Ohtani turned a double into a triple. And again, this is one team, that never gives up. They have so much talent that even being down 2, 3, 4, 5 runs, does not affect them whatsoever. And why the hell is Victor even in the fucking game? First pitch in there for a strike to Pages. 0-1 count. And I hope we win this game 7-6. Somehow, some way, we can prevent Ohtani from scoring at third. 0-1 pitch popped up and out of play. Not a good time for a meltdown. No balls and 2 strikes from Mooney to Pages. O2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and got a punch out there. And finally, we get it out, and that is 1 away. Next up in the 3-hole, first baseman Freddie Freeman. On deck is Max Muncy. That's very kind of you. I got responsibilities here on the channel, and obviously I have to take care of my dog and whatnot, but maybe. Could be a possibility. First pitch from Mooney to Freeman, low and at the knees with a slider, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, hard hit ball into left field, out of play. Four-seam fastball, 103 by Andres Munoz. I don't think I've seen him hit that number all season. Usually 100 or 101. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner at third, Ohtani with 1 out. We're hanging on to a 1-run lead as we had a 2-run lead coming into the 9th. 1-1 pitch, low and into the dirt. Slider 90 miles an hour, getting away there from Mooney. 2 balls, 1 strike, runner at third. Shohei Ohtani with 1 out, bottom of the 9th, 7-6 Mariners. And I just pray that we can win this game 7-6. Two-one pitch. Little dribbler. Toe tap on the bag, and Ohtani cannot score, and that is 2 away. Let's go. All right, we just need 1 more out. Let's go. Yeah, I got a real high maintenance pup. I got an American Staffy, and she's about to turn 5, and I usually do about 5 miles of walking 7 days a week. So there's a lot of responsibility with a high energy, high maintenance dog and whatnot. So, but definitely the most important thing in my life, and definitely has changed my life for the better for sure. Bottom of the 9th, runner at third, Shohei Ohtani with 2 outs. Mariners 7, Dodgers 6. The Mariners have not won in LA since 2009. This would be a very big victory for us. And it wouldn't really matter for the Dodgers if they lose a game. I mean, they're 67 and 39. They wouldn't even blink an eye. But for us, this would mean everything. First pitch to Muncy, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. See if we can get a strikeout on Muncy here. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Pretty close to a strike, but just below the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike from Mooney to Muncy. Yeah, I used to be really overweight. I used to be almost 300 pounds, and then, I stopped drinking and, starting to eat healthy, and obviously walking 5 miles a day, 7 days a week for like 3 years straight. That'll definitely drop the pounds off. So But I've been able to keep about 100 pounds off. 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Mooney to Muncy. But again, if you put your mind to something and stop eating fast food and cut back on the soda and the alcohol and you exercise daily, and you keep up with it, good things can happen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third with 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 7-6, Seattle. 2-2 pitch. And that one gets fouled back towards the first baseline. Count still remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third, Ohtani with 2 outs, bottom of the ninth inning, 7-6, Seattle. Trident's up, let's go M's. Come on, Mooney. 2-2 pitch. And Muncy pops up and out of play. 4-seam fastball, 103 miles an hour again. I don't think I've seen him hit that number all season. He's done it twice already in this bottom of the ninth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third with 2 outs. Come on, Andres Munoz. Let's go, Mooney. Yeah, the last game that we've won in LA, they said was 2009. So it's one thing to win at home, but to win on the road, that's something completely different. And that's based on what the announcer said. So if they got that 2009 stat wrong, that's on them, but that's what they said. Pitch fouled off again. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With Ohtani at third with 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth inning, 7-6 Seattle. Come on, Mariners. Come on, Mooney. 3-2 pitch. And he walked him. Damn it. And now we got runners at first and third with 2 outs. Next up for the Dodgers is Mookie Betts. 1 for 4 with a run. And him and Tucker have had down years, but that doesn't mean that Mookie can't make a big play. But hopefully we get this last out. Pop up, ground out, strike out. I don't care how we do it. How often do the Mariners hit 5 home runs in a game? Let alone some of them were off, Robleski, who's one of the best left-handed pitchers and just pitchers in general this year with an 11-2 record. It's just kind of shocking. Mooney gave up 5 runs. That's normally what he does. His ERA is 5, but I definitely was not expecting so much offensive production. And, I'm, obviously happy that we did, but, the job's not done. Runners now at first and third with 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth inning, 7-6 Mariners with a 1-run lead. First pitch is a ball to Mookie Betts. 1-0 count. Pitch is high and inside, 101 miles an hour there by Mooney. 1-1 pitch, or 1-0 pitch, excuse me, as runner goes and Muncy steals a bag and now is at second. Gosh, man, this game is pulling at the heartstrings here. 2 balls, no strikes with runners now at second and third with 2 outs. Come on, Mooney, please. 2-0 pitch, finally getting a strike. Put his whole body into that one with that slider. 2 balls and 1 strike from Mooney to Betts. Two 2-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play. Two pitch. Low and away. Yikes. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Mooney to Betts. Come on, Mooney. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with runners at second and third. Little dribbler up the middle. Get it. Get it. Get it. JP. Let's go. Man, tugging at the heartstrings there. I mean, literally taking it all the way to the distance. But thankfully, JP Crawford, being able to get a hold of that ball, nice smooth throw to Josh Naylor, and the Mariners win for the first time in LA since 2009. Oh, man, we really earned this game, and again, the Dodger team is a fucking all-star team, and they've shown it game in and game out. And again, for this loss to them, it's not going to mean anything to them. But for us, season high, 5 home runs, Cal, Julio, Ref Snyder, 2 by Canzone. Canzone with 2 multi-homer games this season. The other was opening night. Spire, Ferrer, Bizzardo, and Mooney. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, and only 1 run given up. And again, great job by the Mariners. Man, this is probably the game of the year. And again, thank God we got it. Bash with a 20. We're at 90 now on the Dono train. 10 more to hit our goal. Thank you so much for your support. Man, what a game. And again, we almost lost, right? You know how good Mooney can be, but those first 7 pitches weren't really exactly what we wanted. And then obviously when you end up giving up a run, and then after Ohtani, doubled the right, and then Rushing scored on the error, you start to kind of get nervous, but we had just enough. And thankfully we were up by 2, not just 1. Otherwise we probably would have lost this game. So, man, let's go over the stat line for both teams here. We'll start it off with the Dodgers. Ferrer gets the win. Stewart gets the loss. Mooney gets his 18th save. And definitely the game of the year for us. All right, Shohei Ohtani, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a home run in the first. MVP of the game was Dominic Canzone, of course. But shout out to Cal and Julio and Ref Snyder, out of all people. Pages, 1 for 5. Freddie Freeman, 1 for 5. Max Muncy, 1 for 4 with a home run. Mookie Betts, 1 for 5 with a run. Tommy Edman, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Kyle Tucker, 1 for 3. Teoscar Hernandez, 0 for 4. And Dalton Rushing, 3 for 4 with 2 runs. And now let's go to the Mariners. Cole Young, 1 for 4. Randy Arozarena, after hitting back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games against the Rangers, goes 0 for 4 today, but we still win, thank God. Julio Rodriguez, 2 for 4 with 2 runs and a home run. Dominic Canzone, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 home runs. He's the MVP. Cal Raleigh, 1 for 4 with a home run. Josh Naylor, 2 for 4 with a run. Rob Refsnyder, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run. Great job, Rob. First game back, and he does that. Weston Wilson, 0 for 4. And JP Crawford, 0 for 4. So we had Randy, Weston Wilson, and JP Crawford all go 0 for 4, and we were still able to put up 7 runs. Unbelievable. What a game. Game of the year. I don't know how the hell we won, but we did. Oh, man. Definitely going to be going for a nice victory walk with the pup here after I eat a little bit of a late dinner. So love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. Shout out to all the people that liked, subbed, donated, commented, shared. Alex is getting in on the Dono train. Thank you so much. Alex with a 20. Bash with a 20 just moments ago as well. And the Dono train is in full effect. I appreciate you guys very, very much. And then shout out to Sean. Shout out to Flying Monkey. Shout out to Bash. Shout out to Alex. And then JT and Flying Monkey on Cash App, they donated as well. So Appreciate you guys very, very much. We hit 110 on the Dono train. Me and Paisley obviously are very, very appreciative of that. Shout out to all of our new subs, all of our regulars, our female audience, and all of the people that come through to show love here on the channel. What a game! What an amazing outcome! And again, for the Dodgers, it doesn't matter for them, but for us, it really does mean something. And this could be that springboard game that really elevates us into a deep postseason run. And a great job there by Dominic Canzone. 2 home runs. Rob Refsnyder with a 2-run jack in his first game back with the team. Who would have thought? And then Cal Raleigh getting the ball rolling for us with a solo dinger. And then Julio Rodriguez shortly after getting a home run of his own. What a fantastic game. Final score, Mariners 7, Dodgers 6. I will be live tomorrow. Same time, same place. 7 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Next 2 games against the Dodgers, and on Friday against the Twins at T-Mobile at home. And love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Try dance up and go Mariners.